Hey everybody, what is up? Fourth Seraph here, and today we are on Nuketown, and we are talking about 5 common mistakes that people make on Nuketown all the time. And so I'm going to be running through a couple of these things, the temptations that people have on Nuketown, the things that people think might be good spots but really aren't, and better spots that you can go to help you improve your KD, help you get more kills, help you get a higher chance of winning, and protect, whether you're playing domination, protect the flags, hardpoint, capture it more, or whatever game mode you are playing on. Now, the first thing that people do really on every map, but especially on Nuketown, and this is really how you just feed kills to the other team. You know that people love to go back and they love to be in those spawns. It's pretty easy to get back in them on Nuketown, and in some game modes it can be extraordinarily difficult to flip the spawns, especially on something like Uplink or Safeguard, where you are really having that side of the map is your side, right? So it's not like domination where the flags can switch, or hardpoint where it's switching all the time. They are pretty set in stone and it can be hard to flip them. So they can have 2 or 3 enemies back in your side of the map, and what do people always do? They get killed, they spawn, and immediately they just start sprinting to try and get out to the front of the map to their favorite spot or whatever, unaware that there's a guy sitting there waiting for them. So the first thing that you do not want to do is sprint out of your spawn, unless this is at the beginning of a round or something like that. But if it's in the middle of the round, especially if it's a team that's trying to push you back, don't sprint out of the spawn right at the beginning. Take a second, look at your radar first, and get a perception of where people are, what's going on, and so that if there are people in your spawn, you can kill them easily, and you can get out and you can actually help your team capture some objectives, make some progress, and win the game. Now, the second thing that a lot of people do, and this is specifically on domination, but some people go around this spot, maybe on some other game modes too, but right in that B flag area by that car, they'll stand back by that wall. And now, I don't really ever do this. I try to stay away from the B flag as much as possible. I really only go and capture it if someone else is already there, because you need more than one person to be able to capture it, and you can never really count on your teammates unless you're playing with someone. So I try and avoid that area as much as I can, but a lot of people stand kind of back by that wall where people wall run all the time, and they think that it is a good spot because there's some cover. But especially at the beginning of the game, it's really easy to die because there's a car that can blow up, it can be a big explosion, and those things really don't provide you a lot of cover. Especially from the windows, you are very vulnerable. People can come from really all sides, and so you're not really protected at all. It's not a good spot to be. I would only really ever go over there if you're trying to stop someone capturing your flag and you're expecting to die yourself because it is just so open, but yet it is a place that a lot of people like to go to. The third thing is the lower door on the blue house. Now, this is a spot that so many people like to stand because from the inside it seems like you are really protected. But really, you have a very limited line of sight from inside, but you are extremely exposed from the outside. It is much easier to see in. And those walls, bullets can go through them, so you're really not that protected. I wallbang people on that all the time. You can just easily shoot through. You don't even need FMJ. Bullets penetrate really easily, and it is super easy to kill people that are hiding back there. And really, even if you're playing domination, you can't see that many people that are on the flag or anything because it's pretty blocked. So unless there's someone maybe in that middle bus that you can go inside of, there's really not a good place to kill people at. You really can't see a lot of places that the enemy team would be going to. So it's really just all over not a very good spot. Now, the next one, I need to explain a little bit because you're going to think when I first say it, no, that's the best spot. And it can be. It can be a really good spot if you know how to use it right. And that is the windows on either house. Now, I know a lot of people go up there. You've seen me do that in my mothership video, and that's how I get my motherships on Nuketown. But you need to know how to play it. And so specifically standing in the window where you can be seen from all around the map, that is the mistake. Don't do that. Or don't just sit behind one wall thinking that no one can shoot through the walls. They are extremely easy to shoot through. And a lot of times people, even if they don't know that you're there, will just try to shoot through the walls to check and to see. You saw in my recent sniper gameplay on Nuketown that I just shoot through the wall a couple times and do happen to kill someone that thought they were just being sneaky, hiding back there. But you're not. Know how to use those windows. Stand in the corner, run back, be moving a lot. Don't just stand out in the open for people to see you. Constantly be checking every direction if you're going to stand up there. And don't just leave yourself vulnerable, because it is easy to kill people up there. It is not as hard as people sometimes think when you are up there. Now, the last one, this is a big one. If you are a rush person, if you love to get back in their spawn and just try and get a ton of kills that way, this is one thing that most people do, and it ends their streak. And that is jumping off of either of the back decks, especially on the orange house. I think this is maybe more common because they have a little bit more open backyard on that house. But people always try and jump off the back deck, thinking that if they come from the air, no one will see. And sometimes you can get a kill, maybe two, but you leave yourself so exposed, so open to everyone that in reality, all you are doing is letting yourself die. Unless you're just one kill away from a big streak or something you're trying to get, and you have a heat wave or vision pulse so you can see and you know that you can get that kill, I would never do this. You see that I actually will have a little bit of gameplay of me doing it with the heat wave and stuff like that, and I just can't do it. It doesn't work. I get killed every time because you just are so vulnerable. Jumping up in the air can help you during gunfights as it makes you a little bit harder to hit. But if they have 2 or 3 teammates back there, you are for sure going to die. And that is what we want to try and avoid, right? We want to get one-on-one gunfights and get the drop on people. We don't want to be taking on their whole team at once unless we're behind them, flanking them, doing something like that. And jumping off the decks always leaves you at a disadvantage. Anyways, guys, that is it. My 5 tips for you on Nuketown. Hope they help you. If you guys want to see any more videos on how to improve KD or anything, make sure to leave a like on the video and I can work on stuff like that for you guys. But until then, check out all my other stuff. Make sure if you haven't entered the giveaway to do that now. Share, like, subscribe. I'll catch you guys later.